Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? This is an edition of The Right Path. So, last night, I went and met a gentleman in town. Um, I, I had a little bit of business to do with him, and he owed me some money for something he bought from me a little while back, camper. We got to talking. He's like, "Hey, I've been watching your videos a little bit, and I've been I'm just really happy to see that somebody is actually willing to stand up and, you know, speak for Christ." And, I said, what I do is not for attention. And what I do is not because I'm trying to, rebirth the whole church, so to speak. I do these things because the Lord's leading me to do these things. He said in one of your videos, you said that God speaks to you. Well, and I said, now let me clarify. I don't hear God's voice. Okay, if you're a Christian and you study the Bible, He speaks to you through His written word. The words of the Bible. Okay, I'm not crazy. I don't hear God in my head. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that in case there was a misconception. We talked about truth, the truth of things. He said, me and my wife were talking, and I said, yeah. And he goes, I know that you have ADHD and you're autistic, and then you're, like, as you told me, about a month ago, you discovered you're bipolar as well. And he said, do you know that all those things usually come together? And I said, yes, I was informed by the doctors that, that a lot of times those all traits come together. And he goes, but did you know a lot of times intelligence comes with it as well? And I said, yes, God gave me the gift of intelligence. Um, that was the gift that he gave me. And then he said, well, do you know your name means God's gift? And I just started laughing. I said, yes, I study the Bible quite often. And he goes, well, you can be a gift in your own life. And I said, what do you mean by that? I mean, it struck my attention. I could be a gift in my own life. And he goes, waking up and actually realizing what God has led you to do, and waking up and actually realizing that God has a purpose for your life, and He's had a purpose for your life all along, and He gave you gifts so that you could help help your fellow man. That is just wonderful. And I said, well, yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I never actually quite looked at it in that manner, but I said, that's kind of what my ministry is about. I want to learn, as much as I can from everybody else. My style of ministry is basically, I want to be a learning pastor. I want to learn every single day. Okay, because how you interpret things and how other people interpret things could be completely polar opposites, but you definitely could come in the middle in common grounds. Or you may completely learn something that you just overlooked. It's awesome to listen to other people's opinions, other people's um, descriptions, other people's interpretations, especially of the written word. You can't always just stick to your interpretations of the written word. You have to listen to other people's interpretation of the written word. One of the problems that we have a lot is everybody tries to be like everybody else because they've kind of got in stone, this is what it means to be a pastor. Okay, especially in a Southern Baptist church. Now, I'm not picking on any single Southern Baptist church, okay? But there is just kind of like this style that is taught, and it's just pretty much, you can go to any Southern Baptist church and it's going to have the same style. I do speak heavily a lot that there needs to be a rebirth of a church, not just one church, all churches. We have to understand that the old style may not necessarily work to reach this generation. We have a generation of drug addicts, depression, anxiety. A lot of these anxiety and depression is caused by cell phones and the internet and social media. Um, in the past, if someone had a problem with you, it was a one-on-one confrontation. Now, since we have social media, a person can get on there and they can literally just bash your name, left and right. You know, if especially if you have a business, they can have somebody else bash your name so they don't look bad in the eyes of the public. You really, you know, there has to be a lot of truth in people's words. John, John 3:16 is a very well-known verse. A lot of people love the verse, but I kind of like John 18. Okay, 3:18. Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. Okay, your actions show people how you love God. You show people how you love God through your actions. You show people how you have faith through your actions. Okay? Actions speak louder than words. There's a reason for that saying, because you can talk all day long. You can talk all day long. This right here, the Right Path series is a 365-day ministry. Every single day for 365 days, you post a video. Okay? The right path is not something I personally thought of. It was something that another pastor taught me, and another tactic he taught me to reach people. Basically, since I'm ADHD and autistic and apparently a little bipolar, I had a big fear talking to people. And this is a way for me to overcome that fear. And a lot of times what happens is, especially if you try to get involved in the community and you're not able to speak, or if you speak in fractions, people fill in the gaps and they write your story, and the story no longer becomes your story. It becomes the story they made up about you. Okay? So this 365-day Right Path series is about letting people, not just me speaking to people and showing people my true intentions and what I really desire in life, not just for me, but for my family and for Harrison and Boone County. But it's also a way to show people the truth, so people can actually get to know me and know that I truly am a man of God and not what I was labeled. Okay? When you don't speak, people write your stories. Okay? When you don't speak, people take credit for the things that you did in your life. And if you dare to ever stand up and speak, and you went a whole period of time without speaking, people will try to deny you of what your life really was. And they try to put the story of your life that they created onto you. You have to be the one that creates your life, creates your story. Now, God knows the beginning of the end, but it's your responsibility to let everybody know your stance. I am a man of God. I am a Christian. I am a good father. I am a good husband. I am a good grandson. I am a good son. I love my family deeply. I love my church family deeply. I was baptized at Eagle Heights. I haven't always been a good member of the church, and I've stayed away for a long time. But as I said before, when I went back to church Sunday, everybody just welcomed me with opening arms. They showed me what true grace from God really is, and they showed me what true love really is. It wasn't no words that they said to me, it was their actions. I found truth in their faith through their actions. God is extremely good, people. You should always allow your actions to show people how God has worked within you. Do not allow people to write your story. God knows where you're going in your life. He knows what you are meant to be. I say it again, dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions in truth. Everybody, have a wonderful, blessed day. I think it's going to warm up a little bit today. God is good. He is great in everything he does. Allow your actions to speak the truth within you. Have a blessed day.